Well, it's finally happened. Halloween is no longer just coming out in the theatres, it's also streaming on Peacock on the same day.
Everybody's a suspect!
Coming to get you, Bobber.
What has got Nards?
Now, this is good and bad news for half the population that loves Halloween. On one hand, some people who don't want to go to the theatres to see the movie, whether it be because of the pandemic or because they just hate people talking in the cinema, which I hate. This is good for them because they get to see Halloween Kills on the opening day and they don't get the movie spoiled for them before the movie comes out on Blu-ray or whatever. So that's good for those people. But at the same time, it's bad for the movie's box office. Now, what's the decision, or why did they decide to do this? Now, one of the reasons that I thought was because of the reviews from Venice. Maybe they've decided, let's just get it out there for everyone just in case it blows at the box office anyway, and we missed that opportunity to give people at home the chance to see it and make a little bit more money. That's one of the thinkings behind it for me. Another thing is, they know for a fact that it's not going to do great at the box office. It's not going to make the 2018 Halloween's numbers, so they might as well cut their losses just now and release it on both platforms. I've no idea. That's two of the reasons why I think, or it could be a mixture of both, and that's why they're doing it. Now, the major issue that we have, or two major issues that we have with releasing this movie on VOD, is obviously the pirating of the movie straight away. It's obviously not going to make as much now because it's coming out on VOD, so it's not going to make a lot at the theatres, but it's going to make even less now because it's coming out in VOD, because we have to acknowledge the fact that most movies are pirated these days when they come out on VOD. It can't be stopped, unfortunately. I will be going to see the movie a couple of times at the cinema. I don't know if that will help them. Hopefully it does. And hopefully a lot of people go and see it more than once anyway. So maybe that would help. But it will fail at the box office for that reason. And I don't mean fail as in it's not going to make its budget back. It's definitely going to make all of its budget back in the first weekend alone. Domestically alone. It's just not going to make a lot of money as it did in 2018. So this is where I changed my box office prediction yet again. Just over a month ago, I was assuming it was going to make around about $64 million at the domestic box office. Definitely won't be making that. Then, due to the pandemic still not going away, and even with Venom changing to October the 1st, I thought maybe about $45 million domestically. Now with the news of it coming out in Peacock, it's not going to make that. If you look at The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, which is a massive movie and a massive franchise, and they tend to make more money than Halloween, of course. That only made about $24 million at the first weekend domestically, round about that. I can't remember exactly. I haven't checked. But if that makes around about $24 million, Halloween Kills, being a big movie, you know, it's been hyped for over 2 years now. I think it's going to make around about the same, upwards of 30 million, maximum $30 million, but it could be anything between 20 and $30 million, which is still a success because the movie only cost $15 million. So it's made its budget back already in the first weekend, just not as much as they'd love to make. But I can't really predict. I'll probably do that in a different video. I'm not going to predict the outcome of how much it's going to make in total because I just don't know at this point in time. But anything between 20 and $30 million is what I'm expecting now for the opening weekend of Halloween Kills. If you ask me, is it a good idea, or has it been a good decision to bring it out with on VOD in the same day? Yes and no. Yes, because of their business that they have to make, but no, because I think everyone should see Halloween Kills in the cinema. And I know that it's hard to go to the cinema at this point in time. You know, I've obviously been affected by COVID. If you've watched my channel, you know, our family's been fatally affected by COVID, so I know the effects of it. So I do understand people's decision not to go and see it at the cinema. That's entirely up to yourselves, and I completely accept that. So it's good for those guys who don't want to go to the cinema just now because they get to see it in the comfort of their own home and the safety of their own home. So when it comes to safety, they've made the right decision. But selfishly, I want Halloween Kills to be the biggest horror movie or the biggest slasher movie of all time. So obviously I'd like it just to be theatres only, but realistically it's not going to be, which is a shame. But at the same time, everybody now gets the chance to see Halloween Kills, whether you're going to go out in the cinema to see it or you're going to see it at home. So what are your thoughts on the movie coming out on Peacock, guys? And are you going to see it in the theatres or are you going to just watch it at home? And as always, thanks a lot for watching, thanks for subscribing, I'll see you soon, bye bye.